My name is Allison Myers, and I'm from, I guess I was raised in Ohio, but I moved here when I was about 16. I am a primary counselor. That means that I'm a substance abuse counselor at the Charlotte Rescue Mission Rebound. The Charlotte Rescue Mission is a nonprofit organization, Christian-based. And we have a 120-day recovery program, which we've changed that to 3 phases now. So it's not necessarily 120 days. It depends on what the resident, that's what we call our clients, the resident puts in the effort to doing all the requirements needed. There are numerous different classes. The class that I teach is stress and emotional well-being, but there are also recovery classes on triggers and cues. There's also a one on sexual behavior. There's health and wellness. There's also spiritual based. We also we educate on the drug itself. We have the health department come sometimes. We also have our biblical part that we put towards our recovery base.
My name is Charles, and I am a volunteer at the Charlotte Rescue Mission, and have been doing that for the last 30 years. The Charlotte Rescue Mission provides a faith-based, free residential recovery program for those who are in the bondage of alcohol and drug addiction. The Rescue Mission provides a substance abuse counseling program that is Christian-based and has completion rates that are twice the national average. As part of the counseling program provided by the Rescue Mission, they have chapel services with a Bible study several times during the week, including a service on Sunday morning. As part of my volunteer work at the Rescue Mission, I speak several times during the year at the Sunday morning services proclaiming the truth of God's Word. I love coming to the Rescue Mission and meeting the men there who are going through the program. And encouraging them. I love to remind them that with God's help, they can overcome their addiction and live productive lives within society and within their families. I always receive a special blessing each time I come to the mission, and I'm always encouraged by the men that I meet there.
I believe in person-centered, and that's what the mission believes in too, because we know everybody's different. But I also use cognitive behavior therapy to help them with their thinking. I also use the form of rational thinking to where they can think about what they do before they act on it, because that's a lot of the problems of our residents here, is that they have that impulse thinking that goes along with addiction or alcoholism. What that does, it helps us see the different elements that might have been a part of his addiction before, because we have a men's facility. That's where I'm at, is a men's facility. So it helps me and the resident make their treatment plans for what they want to work on. It could be impulsivity, it could be a child of an alcoholic, it could be codependency. There's a lot of different areas that might have stemmed from when they were younger or when they had their own families. Our group therapy is what we call our processing group. And that's each primary counselor has group or processing group. And it depends on if they're first shift or second shift, what time of day. And it lasts about an hour. Right now we are doing it twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. And since I'm second shift, mine is from 3 to 4. And what it is the guys get together, and we're working in this book called Making Peace with Our Past, which they have to do a unit. They have to do 4 units each phase. And it helps them learn about, they might not have come from a dysfunctional family in their eyes, but they might see some of the dysfunction that came along with it. The one-on-ones, they get those once a week for about an hour. That's what I do. Sometimes it might be 15 minutes, 30 minutes. It depends on that individual resident. I allot for an hour just in case something comes up and they need to talk about something very critical to them, and that is so confidential. I remind them over and over again, whatever they say to me stays with me, so that they can build that trust that was broken when they were out there using and doing drugs. Yes, the 12-step program, we base things understanding that AA and NA are 2 well-known 12-step programs. There are Celebrate Recovery, and there are codependency and other things like that. I taught the family education when we were open to that before the coronavirus came. So I educated the families about that. These guys, they get meetings to come in, NA and AA. We have them come in right now because they're not allowed going out. Before that, they were allowed going out to their own meetings. And they're supposed to get a sponsor so they can learn to work the steps. And the sponsor is what guides them through those steps. And without that, they will not be able to understand the in-depth part of what those steps are for. They might not understand what those spiritual principles we try to teach them. And it's easier to learn from another addict or alcoholic. Graduation! Graduation is what happens after they finish phase 4. And it's hard for me not to say 120 days because we just started changing to where it's phases now. So sometimes I call it 120 and sometimes I just call it phase 4. Yeah, we have a graduation every Thursday. We honor their phase 1, which used to be 30 days, phase 2, which used to be 60, phase 3, which used to be 90, and then phase 4, which is graduation. And they hoot and holler, they get little trinkets, and on their graduation they get their own diploma, and they dress up in suits, they dress with their hats, and they look very sharp. They get it's wonderful to see someone that's never worn a suit in their life and then shine because they graduated from this program.
My name is Michael Hubbard, and I was born in Miami Beach, Florida. Arrived at the Charlotte Rescue Mission October 10th, 2018. I was homeless in downtown Charlotte from drinking, and I heard this is a good place to come, so I knocked on their door and they let me in. I had an opportunity when I graduated the 4-month program here. My counselor said that I should go back to school. So I looked into it, and I did. I signed up for community college at CPCC, Central Piedmont Community College. I've been in that college for 2 years now. I'm getting ready to finish up my time there with an associate's degree on July 14th. I'll be done there, and in August, I believe August 12th, I go to Appalachian State to continue my education. I'm striving for a BSN, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I'm prepared to move on, and I've already got it set up to live in a dormitory. They call it a residential. Basically, you live in the college, you live in a dormitory with the teachers and other students, and everybody eats meals together and studies together and goes to classes together. So this will be different. I think it'll be similar to this as far as eating together and studying together the program here. That's what we all did. So I think it'll be a continuation of the same.